Gruden said about Haskins. He does this long kind of description about how Colt's playing and hasn't taken many snaps and Case, and he goes, no, obviously, Dwayne's a rookie. That's it.
Exactly.
That's all he gives you.
Well, that's all
he needs to
that's
say.
all you need to know. I mean, a lot of the rookies are struggling. I mean, I guess Kyler Murray's playing really well, but you read about the other guys that were drafted high, they're all struggling.
What if both of the vets are just terrible and Gruden just says, screw it. I'm going with the rookie week 1. I'm just going to throw him to the Wolves and hope he's the primetime player we saw at Ohio State. I think there's a 5% chance that happens. Where
I think it's greater than that, actually.
He's flummoxed by what he's seen from Keenum and Colt.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are impressing him, and he just gambles on the upside.
I think it's greater than a 5% chance because, like in this first preseason game, what we don't know, and maybe we'll find out later this week, I don't think both Keenum and Case are going to play in week 1. Like, I think he's going to pick one of the guys maybe to play one series. Like, this might be Colt's game. You're going to play a series. Haskins is going to get more time, and he's going to get time against bums because in the first game, the way preseason has trended over the last 10 years, the good players don't even play. Like, I saw like Julio Jones not going to play in the preseason. There's so many guys who just don't even play in the preseason, or they'll play like a couple of series tops. So your starters aren't really going to play that much. So the reason I give it greater than a 5% chance, now I wouldn't give it more than a 25% chance, is that what if Haskins actually plays well? So I'll give him the possibility he plays well in the preseason, dazzles them with his arm. He has the best arm of the bunch, for sure. Maybe he's got, the rapport with McLaurin, who he played with in college. McLaurin will probably get some time because the depth chart right now has Dox and Richardson as the 1-2. You're not going to see much of them. So it's going to be guys like McLaurin and Harmon and Sims. Those are going to be the guys you're going to see in the early preseason games. So Haskins could hook up with those guys, all of a sudden put up some numbers. And then if that continues, and you would imagine that Haskins should improve the most of the quarterbacks in camp.
You would think.
Okay? So if the other guys are throwing picks left and right in training camp, which is what they've been doing right now, and Haskins kind of hovers close to where they are, maybe you roll the dice.
But if Gruden already has it predetermined that Haskins isn't really in the mix, he doesn't have the luxury of just trotting out Colt for one series or Case for one series and then just tossing it to the rookie. He's got to let one of those guys try to pull ahead in the race. I think you're going to see those guys play more than you expect.
Maybe, but also you got to realize he doesn't want to risk Colt getting hurt again. Colt.
You're going to play Woodrum for 3 quarters?
Yeah,
I bet Woodrum plays a lot in the first game.
He'll probably play, I'd say he plays fourth quarter.
Woodrum?
Half the fourth
I
quarter.
wouldn't play him 1 second.
I understand you wouldn't.
What are we talking about here?
But if you have 3s and 4s out there, I mean, you don't want to put Haskins
maybe
behind.
At garbage time, but I'm sorry. Like the first 3 quarters, I'm getting a nice long look at both Colt and Case and see what those guys can do in what's pretty close to a real game situation.
Maybe you're right. Let's go to the phones. 800-636-1067. You want to call us on the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Listener line? It's been a while since we've heard from Mary Ellen.
What's up, Mary Ellen? You're on with the Junks. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Hey, Jason, just wanted to say, my prayers are with your mom and you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
thinking about you guys a lot. But as far as the depth chart, I wouldn't worry about that too long because the more exposure that Colt has at number 1, the more exposure he has at getting injured. I just think the more.
How do you think Gruden's going to break up the play for preseason game number 1? I bet you, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those guys doesn't even play.
Well, I think what Cakes was just saying. I think he needs to get as much exposure for Colt and Case at the number 1 position to see what we have. I need to see how healthy Colt is, and on top of that, I need to see how much Case knows at the number 1 position, knows the plays, and see what we have.
I would assume Colt is healthy. And then, but you're right. I mean, you would hope that one of these guys can run an offense, and apparently they can't.
Yeah, but only one guy's going to have a chance to play with the ones against the ones if the other team even plays their ones much.
True.
So if you want to, compare and contrast them, you might have to say, all right, we're going to start Case or Colt this week, and next week we're going to start Case or Colt, and we'll compare their work in that time period that we play them.
It's just going to be a struggle all year. I'm sorry, it just is. Because it's not like one of those guys is going to light it up and play better than we expect.
No, this is like when
I I mean,
Well, this is like when Shanahan thought they'd get by with John Beck.
correct.
Who were the other quarterbacks here?
Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman,
Rex
John
and
Beck.
Bex.
It was just.
It was a disaster is what it was.
Well, isn't that what it feels like? Now, in that situation, they didn't have a number 1 pick waiting in the wings. But the Rex Beck thing, or the system's good enough. Because it'd be one thing if the quarterbacks weren't great and they were loaded with weapons. You know what I mean? Like guys you could just throw a 5-yard out to who could take it to the house. I just don't see that.
I don't see. The running game has to be good. And the other thing we're not talking about is Trent. I mean, Trent's not there, so I guess Christian is your starting left tackle right now. I mean, Donald Penn might end up being that guy in the regular season, but
well, just remember, there's no fractured relationship between Trent Williams
right.
and the Redskins, according to Bruce Allen.
I mean, how good
do
you feel about the left side of the line with Christian and Flowers? I don't feel great about that.
Flowers,
right?
if he sees the field at any point during a regular season game, well. At tackle, it's unacceptable.
No, they say maybe at guard.
Maybe you sneak him in at guard from time to time, but he's a backup.
Well,
I'm sorry, he's just a backup.